Have you ever felt like running away from something you were asked to do? Maybe it was a tough conversation, a difficult task, or a responsibility you just didn't want. Well, you're in good company. Today we're diving into the incredible story of Jonah, a prophet who literally tried to run away from God, and in the process, discovered the breathtaking, surprising, and boundless nature of God's mercy. Most of us know the famous part of the story. Jonah gets a call from God to go to the great city of Nineveh and warn them of their wickedness. But Jonah does the exact opposite. He hops on a ship headed for Tarshish, in the opposite direction. He essentially says, "No thanks, God. I'm out." Why? Because he knew God was compassionate. He suspected that if Nineveh repented, God would forgive them. And frankly, Jonah didn't think they deserved it. He wanted justice, not mercy, for his enemies. But God's plan can't be outrun. A massive storm hits, and to save the sailors, Jonah admits it's his fault and is thrown overboard. But this isn't the end. God sends a great fish to swallow Jonah, not to punish him, but to save him. Inside the fish, in the darkest, most desperate place imaginable, Jonah finally prays. He repents. He acknowledges God's power and salvation. This is our first glimpse of mercy. God provides a way out even when we've made a complete mess of things. He doesn't abandon us in our self-made storms. After 3 days, the fish spits Jonah out onto dry land, right back where he needed to be. This time, Jonah obeys. He goes to Nineveh, a city so large it took 3 days to cross, and preaches the simple message God gave him. 40 more days, and Nineveh will be overthrown. What happens next is astounding. From the king to the lowliest person, the entire city repents. They fast, put on sackcloth, and turn from their evil ways. And just as Jonah feared, God sees their repentance and relents. He doesn't bring the destruction he had threatened. He shows them mercy. This is the heart of the book. God's mercy is not just for the my good guys. It's for everyone, even those we might consider our enemies, those we think are beyond hope. God's compassion extends far beyond our human boundaries and prejudices. But the story isn't over. How does Jonah react to this incredible display of grace? He gets angry. He sits outside the city, sulking, basically telling God, "I knew you'd do this. You're too merciful." It's a raw, honest, and frankly, relatable moment. We often have our own ideas about who deserves forgiveness and who doesn't. So God teaches Jonah one final lesson. He causes a plant to grow, providing Jonah with shade, which makes him happy. Then, God sends a worm to destroy the plant, and Jonah is devastated. God then asks him a powerful question. "You are concerned about a plant. But should I not have concern for the great city of Nineveh, in which there are more than 120,000 people who cannot tell their right hand from their left, and also many animals?" God reveals his heart. His concern is for people, for his creation. He values souls more than our comfort or our sense of justice. The Book of Jonah ends with this question hanging in the air, inviting us to examine our own hearts. Are we like Jonah, putting limits on God's mercy? Or are we willing to be channels of that same mercy to a world that desperately needs it? The story challenges us to see others as God sees them, and to celebrate when His grace reaches the most unexpected places. Thanks so much for journeying through the Book of Jonah with me today. If this story resonated with you, hit that like button and share it with someone who might need to hear about God's incredible mercy. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell so you won't miss our next video. See you next time.